Ooh. And welcome to the Verandah.
Yes, that's Verandah with a H, and I'm your host, Francis.
And I'm Jay. This is Brisbane's #1 show highlighting a vibrant art scene and showcasing the best Bris Vegas has to offer.
So please sit back and relax and crack open a cold one and enjoy a night of interviews with some of Brisbane's coolest creatives, live music, and plenty of laughs. This is the Verandah.
Our first guest tonight is a local artist with Vermilion Records known as a hyperpop princess.
Her music has been described by Triple J's Unearthed as music for the sad girls by the sad girls.
Introducing Bria! Oh!
Somebody say bestie.
Bessie! Hi! Welcome to the Verandah.
Thank you for having me.
I'm loving this fit. Talk me through it.
I'm the Sky Bear.
Of
The
course,
Sky
of
Bear.
course. You look
Does that something
beautiful.
have to do with that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes. He's got little ears and little earrings that say B on it.
Gorgeous.
Stunning.
Gorgeous.
So we're just going to do a quick little interview. So tell us about your music. What would you classify your general sound as?
I make hyperpop, future pop. It's like a nice combination of like the fun sounds of hyperpop production with like mainstream pop structure and melodies.
Awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. What made you like get into music? What drove you to actually pursue it?
I've always loved music. I've been like around it since I was young, but I think my earliest memory would be I had like a Casio keyboard where you could play the demos. And I used to play it and what we now know is top lining, but at the time I was just like, oh, I'm making a musical. Little 6-year-old me playing around with the buttons.
Oh, amazing. So what's your creative process like? Is it like lock yourself in a room and just drill it, or do you like go on adventures? I don't know.
It depends what the deadline is, gotta be honest.
Okay, yeah,
I
fair
think
enough.
a lot of us creatives are the same way. But when I'm making the stuff I really love to make, it comes to me. That sounds so annoying, but it's true. It's like a melody in the
You feel
shower
it,
and in bed, and you feel it, and I'll record it in my phone, and then that's when I'll hook up with my producer Teja Vu, and we'll make the magic happen.
That's so cool. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
I want to talk about an interesting tidbit I heard about you. I heard you walk on the treadmill, except you use high heels while you do
Absolutely.
it. What's that about?
It's about serving. It's about drive. It's about power.
I love that.
Interesting. Yes.
No, it's really about training myself for like the stage and training for. I'm also a model on the side, so it's good to be able to learn
same.
how to
Obviously,
walk in heels.
yeah.
And when you can't walk around the backyard, the next best thing is on a treadmill.
That's so
Do you get any ideas while you're on the treadmill? Is that
Oh,
also part of
absolutely.
your process?
Yeah, I have a little playlist that I listen to. That's my girl boss playlist, and I'm there strutting in my heels, and then a melody will come. I'm like, it's the best thing.
That's sick. That's so cool.
Yeah. Do you ever get performance anxiety? And if you do, how do you cope?
Oh, all the time. I'm terrified right now, but you guys are making me feel very, very, very welcome.
You and me both. Like, I think I need to do
Yeah,
some
how do you
breathing
do it?
exercises.
How do I do it?
Yeah, how do you do it?
In all honesty, it's a shot. It's a shot 20 minutes before the show.
See if we
We've
get
timed
stage
it.
managers on.
It took a bit of an experimentation to work out the timing, but
Yeah.
21 minutes exactly. That's when I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Really?
Wow, you've done like a whole experiment. You've had a thesis. That's awesome.
I'm an academic.
All right, let's play a game. Let's do it.
I love games.
Would you rather? You want to start us off, Francis?
I'll start off. All right. Would you rather Las Vegas or Bris Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Headphones or speakers?
Headphones. I like the chords.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Lord or Charlie XCX?
Oh, we can't do that to me.
You got to pick one.
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
Vinyl or digital?
Digital. But like
Digital.
vintage digital, like CDs.
Why is that?
Ooh.
Do you like the nostalgia?
Yeah, they're just so retro.
And the good filters, like the Nokia
Yeah,
filter.
like a Nokia phone. It's just like so old.
Exactly, yeah. All right, the Valley or West End?
West End.
Oh, why West End?
I'm-
What's your favourite like drinking place in West End?
Oh, that's the funny thing. I'm not much of a partier. I go home quite early, despite my like party girl ruse. So I'm not much of a go out club kind of gal.
That's fine though. But
Maybe I should pretend I am.
Yeah, but where in West End? Do you have any recommendations?
I like the End Bar.
That's a
Yeah,
free
yeah.
plug for
Yeah.
the End Bar.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully
they are
we get
paying
paid.
me.
Yeah, they have really good trivia too. Cash prices.
Yeah, if you use code BRIA, you get 20% off your beers. That's not.
Speaking of which, beer or spirit?
Spirit.
Spirit.
Spirits. Beer's
Cool.
bloaty.
Yeah, fair. TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok for now.
Yeah. What's your favourite TikTok trend?
Right now, it's got to be Taylor and Jake Gyllenhaal. I hate that guy. I don't know why, but we all
Jake
do.
Gyllenhaal?
So.
You don't like Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh, you're
Johnny
behind.
Dark?
Yeah,
He doesn't get
no,
it.
Wait, what happened?
You don't get it.
You don't need to know.
It's the Taylor Swift
I won't
album
ruin
thing.
it for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of the loop.
All right,
Yeah.
you go.
Okay, sure. A nice date or a straight up booty call?
A booty call. I'm sex positive.
Love
There you
it.
go.
So your recent song, "Taking It Off," tell us about what that's about.
Taking it off's about booty calls. Taking it off is about hookup culture and but also like late night, midnight drives to a secret lover's place. Nobody knows, and it's all about the fun and the trials and tribulations of that.
Ooh. Have you ever had like a really bad experience with a booty call?
With a
that
booty
you're
call?
willing to talk to us on
Yeah.
live.
To get risque.
You're calling me out here because I'm actually really not much of a booty call girl. I haven't had many.
These
I
are all
pretend
lies, Bria.
I know this is lies.
Cool.
Everyone's knowing that I'm not the type, but I am a
That's-
true liar.
That is the game show, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You win.
I won.
There's no prize, but
Oh.
you win. All right. That's about all we have time for, Bria.
Oh,
so,
thank you so much, guys.
so can you tell us about our lovely audience where they can find your work?
You can find my music on all streaming platforms, and you can go check out my Instagram, bria.mp3, or my TikTok, bria_.
Awesome. Well, make sure you stay tuned till the end to see Bria perform live in the backyard. Let's give a big thank you to Bria.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for having me. This is so wonderful. This is the best interview I've ever had.
All right, folks. We'll be right back in just a moment after this ad break. Stay tuned.
Tech. Yeah. Oh, sorry, man. I'm just thinking about film ideas again, you know? It'd be cool if we could actually make them for real.
Well, you actually can. This is my first preference for a university. Film, screen and new media at QUT. You'll learn about sound, camera, how to be a scriptwriter, how to be a producer.
And directing?
Here at Cauldron Distillery, we make all of our gins in a giant cauldron. Our handcrafted 5 to 5 gin range is the gin for everyone to enjoy.
Wait, really?
Whoa.
You guys have got to try this.
See? Told ya. Cauldron Distillery. The gin for everyone to enjoy.
First one in.
Last one out.
Leaving it all on the mats.
You're constantly improving.
Your fightwear should too.
Jay, we have a show to host. Jay,
Oh,
come on,
what?
come on, let's go.
Oh.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone.
Up next is an interview with an incredibly talented filmmaker here to tell us about the ins and the outs of his craft and his newest film, Paris Funeral 1972.
This is Adam Briggs.
Hi! So, Adam, how would you describe yourself as a creative practitioner?
How would I describe myself?
Yeah.
Yes. It's quite a complicated question.
Yeah, that's quite a deep question.
We got
what
all
this
the-
show's
I'm
about.
fairly,
Yeah.
fairly disorderly.
Disorderly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
like
look
the chaos.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love. I court chaos.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that. That's very quotable. It's like a
Chaos.
tagline already.
Yes. I like plan for chaos.
That's
Oh.
beautiful.
Bring people together that they could be possibly, divisive or antagonistic frissons between.
So that's what you look for.
Yeah, because that's how you get interesting material.
Do you thrive off confrontation then in your art?
No, not confrontation. I've experienced a lot of confrontation.
Yeah.
So I've worked with people who are very reluctant. So I've copped a lot of abuse from people who are wonderful performers but reluctant performers.
Well, in your film, a lot of your cast is non-actors. Why did you choose to do that? Was that part of the chaos magnet?
I think non-actors have a quality that trained actors just can never attain to, unless you're,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
a Harry Dean Stanton or a Jack Nicholson. But I think, I find a lot of trained actors who may inhabit a world that feels credible just doesn't feel natural to me. So I kind of look for people who just have a quality that can translate to the screen, and that they're not going to be nervous. And
And what is that quality? Would you can you put that into words even?
It's people who are writing their own script. They're already in their own film every day, So you kind of just, whatever the themes and story that you're kind of working on, you can kind of just find people who fit into that and have something to contribute.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at your trailer at the moment. Yeah,
Here's a bit of a sneak peek at Adam's newest film, Paris Funeral 1972.
And when it's not happy like a child, he moves away. And you look at him, and you know that it's not happy. And he moves away, and you talk to him, and look at you, because heart is here, our eyes is upstairs, connect, yes. And I look at you. And when I look at you, it means just listen. But it moves from one side to another because it's not happy.
So you shot this film in Australia, Italy, and France. How was that process?
Taxing.
Taxing.
Yes.
Fair
People
enough.
were sick.
Yeah, that would have been hard. Did you do it through COVID, or it must be
No.
pre?
Yeah. So mercifully, it was before that.
Oh. very
I
lucky.
just could spend the expanse of that time editing and yeah.
How long did it take you to film the whole?
It was filmed over 2 months, more or less every day.
That's interesting. From what I
What's
got
interesting
from
about
it? Let me get to it, Adam.
Okay.
It's 3 days.
Yeah, what I got from the trailer was like this French guy sees through kind of the things that separate humanity, and through art, he like sees through that. I guess that's what I'm getting. Like, what do you want people to get out of the film?
I don't know. I don't want them to get anything. It's hard to predict what people will glean from it. It's always surprising what people connect to.
Yeah.
I'm not overly fond of this film. I mean,
You should be.
I've done things that I prefer, but
Yeah.
but some people have enjoyed it, which is heartening to me.
Wow.
Well, if people enjoy it from the trailer at home, is there a place that they can go to see it? Is it being screened anywhere, or?
Yeah, it'll be at the APT 10 in the independent program, the cinema program for that, which I think is once in December and then another time in April.
That's awesome. What are your plans for the future as a filmmaker?
I'm halfway through shooting my second feature.
Brilliant.
With a guy called Sam Dixon, who's a local filmmaker.
Right.
Yeah, so we're shooting that on Super 8 film.
Fully?
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's which I've never done before, which has been really interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I'm.
So where can people find you? Do you want to just plug yourself?
On Instagram, but
Yeah.
that's about it. I don't have a website or.
Phone
Right.
number.
I don't have any films that are available online.
What's your Insta tag?
Adam C. Briggs.
Adam C. Briggs.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's my name.
Oh.
Yeah. But I
right.
don't have any films. Like I've got another short film, but it's not online because there's rights problems with that.
Cool. Hope you get that fixed. Yeah, awesome. All right, give it up for Adam.
And we'll see you all after the break.
Slice is mine.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned slicer.
You may live in this house, but you will never take my pizza.
Pizza belongs to me.
Hey dudes, looks like the slice's already gone.
Don't miss Slice Wynnum Pizza.
Where to next?
Hey, Jay.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
Hold on, Francis. Didn't see you there. Welcome to the backyard.
This is the backyard. Well, maybe you'd be more prepared if you were part of our next wonderful guest, Ryan and Carla from Improv Mafia. But Jay, I've got a bit of a question.
What's that, Francis?
Why do you think birds are so good at improv?
Why is that?
Because they're constantly winging it. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Was that scripted?
No, that's improv.
It sounded scripted, but let's.
What can I say? I'm good at my job.
Well, let's see let's see what they can show us about the art of making shit up on the spot. Let's head into the backyard to meet Ryan and Carla.
Oh, hi guys. Sorry.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Hey, great. How you doing? Didn't see you there.
Yeah, no, we already did that bit, Ryan.
Oh,
okay. Let's just breathe into it.
All right. This isn't live, right? We can just start
I
again.
don't think so. I don't think so. You're chilling. You're chilling. Yeah, introduce yourselves. Like, what are you guys about? And let's go into the game.
Yeah, right. So I'm Ryan. Surprise,
Carla.
surprise. Yeah. We're from Impro Mafia. So we improvise for fun, making stuff up and stuff.
Yeah, Impro Mafia is Brisbane's longest running improv company, and we've got amazingly experienced teachers who really know their stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've been around since 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So why improv? Why not like cooking or vegetables?
Good improv.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting so good at this.
Mainly because of the fires I've started in the past.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
So
know if
just
you
a
want to
public
do that.
He's not allowed to cook.
Yeah, not allowed. Honestly, I think it's different for each person. I'm a perfectionist, and I just kind of found that improv kind of allowed me to make mistakes and kind of start to enjoy that process of, well, let's just call it failing. I hate calling it failing. It's kind of like learning, right? But it's like, it's okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Improv is great. It helps you to get in touch with your creative side. It helps you to remember how to play again as an adult, which is really important, because often as we get older we think, oh, I've got to be all serious now, and playing is for children. But no, playing is for everybody.
No.
Everyone should play.
That was
you
very
know?
dictatorial. You said it. No,
Yeah,
everyone
you
plays.
must play and you must enjoy it. You know what I mean? You gotta be tough.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, has there been any memorable or traumatic events that have happened on stage?
Yeah, during improv, has anything gone bad?
Costume malfunctions?
Oh, wow.
Any glory moments?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was doing a show at Melt, and I meant to and I'm on stage as the audience are coming in, right? And I meant to kind of get up, I meant to go to the audience, and I'm in my underwear, and I start putting on, I start talking to the audience. But this time I was lying in bed, and as people were coming in, someone just yelled out, "Happy birthday!" And I was like, what a great way to start the show. So my perfectionist side was like, no, start it right. But then I had this other side, which was like, no, that's inspiration. So then I started just by singing a happy birthday to my partner in their bed. And it might not be hilarity, right? But for me, it's a personal victory, because it was this beautiful start to the show. And yeah, just kind of pushing my boundaries.
Yeah, and telling that perfectionist side to take a hike.
Yeah,
take a back seat.
Shut up, buddy.
We're going with inspiration.
Yeah.
That's honestly one of the biggest things I've found, doing improv for a couple of months now, is once you do improv, you go up there and you fail on stage. It's other social situations don't seem that scary.
Exactly.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a bad scene on stage, a bad scene, and you're making yourself look really stupid, and if you learn how to shrug that off and laugh at it, what can't you do, right? That's one of the scariest things you could do, really. And then it just helps you get in touch with that bravery, and you feel like if I can do this, what else can I do?
Well, let's stop talking about it and let's play a game.
Do you want to play a game?
Great
I'm
idea.
gonna step out for this one, but you guys take it. I believe in you. You got it. Crush it.
We're probably
Leave
still
me
going to
hanging
use
like
it,
that.
right?
Yeah,
So don't go too far,
Yeah.
but stand in the corner.
Safe distance.
Shay, why don't you come next to me?
Awesome.
I feel like
Cool.
we can work together.
Awesome, because, great. So we're going to do something called love letters, right? So you guys are going to do a word at a time. We'll start with Carla.
Yeah.
And you're going to be writing a love letter to whoever I end up being.
Okay.
Francis, I'm going to use you as a pillar. So I'm going to point to you. You're going to give me some sort of a random word. I'm going to have to incorporate that into my love letter, right? From the audience. Hi, guys. Hi. Awesome. What's a time in history? Rome. Great. So this is Roman. Francis, who's someone you'll be speaking to in Roman times?
Like a real person or a fake person?
Either or.
Either or. Let's go Caesar.
Caesar. Great. You guys are writing a letter to Caesar.
We can do that. All right. Dear
Julie.
I
Am
fond
of
your
knees.
also
I
fancy
your
potatoes
very
much.
Period.
Sometimes
I
think
about
your
knees.
that's
Very.
sexual.
And
Horny?
yes.
Goodbye.
Yes. Improv.
Great. Awesome. Can I get a word?
Barbecue. Original.
Hi, Simon. Great to get your letter. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time,
Plant.
where we'll have a barbecue and we'll cook up some nice little plants. Hope that you don't get to just see my knees next time. You might get to touch them.
Cow.
And then we can go riding on my cows. All the best to you, Simon. Julius.
Hi.
I
Love
your
cow
very
much.
and
Also,
I
think
about
your
dairy.
when
I
arrive
at
your
powerhouse.
I
Am
very
conscious
of
my
knees.
yes.
Yes.
Shoelace.
Don't worry about your knees, Simon. I quite like them. That time I bent down to tie up my shoelaces, I got a good old eyesight with them.
Plotting mix.
They reminded me of my mother's plotting mix, which was so rich and fertile.
Socks.
Next time, I hope I get to remove your socks
Peg.
and peg them upon the washing line. Yours faithfully, Jules.
Jules.
Are
Beautiful.
thou
Art.
my
Favorite.
person?
Sometimes
I
think
love you.
when
I
kiss
my
face
in
the
mirror.
I
Am
aroused.
a lot.
Goodbye.
Last one, let's
Last
go.
one, great.
Wow
Word?
me.
Wow me!
Yep.
I never thought you kissing yourself in the mirror would be so arousing. I too
Steak.
would like to stake my Caesarship upon our marriage. I will abdicate
Scissors.
my scissors for you to cut to the chase
Gel.
because we gel.
Toothpaste.
Yours sincerely, Toothy Pacey. And sing!
Amazing.
Cool!
Guys, that was brilliant. There was a couple of moments there where I was like, "Oh, how does my brain work? How do you say words
Yeah, like
again?"
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, improv, baby.
The
That's
magic
how
of
it
improv,
works.
Your brain stops working.
that was really fun.
That
though.
was fun. You should totally come and like do classes or something.
Improv Mafia.
.com.
Impromafia.com.
Or on Facebook.
Slash.
Hey, you too. You guys too. You should all come and join us.
Especially you.
Yes.
Not scary at all. But
No,
yeah,
no.
we do have a show we want to plug as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, go for it.
Saturday, the 11th of December, the Ron Hurley Theatre in Seven Hills. We're doing Iron Improviser. It's the 17th iteration of this show. We've been doing it for a long time. We have some of the best improvisers in Brisbane competing against each other to see who can be the Iron Improviser, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's it's improv. Brisbane Improv's Night of Nights.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So, you
black
know.
tie event.
Black tie event.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
with
bit of
lovely.
heels.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Like, you can dress like that if you want.
We have our past champion from last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Will she
Wow.
maintain the crown?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Could you give us a little sneak peek? What made you win?
Oh.
What was the performance?
Oh, you know, I'm going to be modest here and say that I had an amazing team.
Yeah. And how many people are in one team, like with this case?
It varies, but this year we're having 3 teams of 4. So, you know, like we might not all be in every scene, but like, you know, we have enough people so we can jump up when we want to and help each other out.
They tend to battle it out, right? And then there's one team that's victorious, and then it comes down to that one team.
Yeah, we
It's a
turn
fight
against
for
each
survival.
other at that point. It's every man for himself.
Yes.
And like, because there can only be one Iron Improviser, so
Yeah.
it gets a bit messy
Naturally.
at the end.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before Jay forces me to do any more improv, let's cut to an ad break. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was fun.
Thank you so much. It was actually really good. Hopefully my words were okay.
They were terrible. What are you doing?
Find your performance at Brisbane's premier film stunts facility. Join today. Regal Stunts. Safety before action.
I'm BTW by the way. Probably we better win everything. Part of me if I'm too brash, but it just blend with those set of ways. Tryna rack up in them paper chase. With the words that I slang on the day to day. We on a different way. They tryna pick up the pace, but they cannot chase me for greatness is paid. Yeah. I'm BTW by the way. Probably we better win everything. Part of me while I turn up to the max and I still for them boys like I'm Holloway. Tryna rack up while I'm chasing, blazing. They tryna pick up the pace.
Oh, your lights have gone off, babe.
What?
Your lights have gone off. All right. Oh, beautiful.
Wait. I've just had an idea.
That's actually very good. You
Yeah,
are
thank you.
stunning. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, this should be an everyday look.
It's a great
It really
segue.
frames your head really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I actually
No,
look good?
It's beautiful.
Great. Oh, and we're back again.
Our next guests are 2 friends who also happen to be extremely accomplished artists.
As the frontwoman of Brisbane indie rock band The Greats, Patience Hodgson is not just a brilliant musician, but also a talented visual artist.
And Rachel Burke is a multimedia artist, author and designer who has had her work showcased across Australia, including the Museum of Brisbane.
They recently put on a local art show together and are here today to talk about the past, present, and future of their careers. Here they are now!
Woo! Woo! You look amazing! Oh my god! No, thank you so
Oh my
much.
God! You guys look amazing.
I mean,
Thanks.
you look
And
stunning.
thank you for this little number.
So stunning, gorgeous.
I'll take it off now.
Yep, these are some of Rachel's fantastic headpieces.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love them.
So Rachel, did you make both the fits that you were wearing today?
Yes, I
They're
did.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So, who are you wearing today?
Just Rachel Burke.
Just Rachel
me.
Burke.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And you
made
were
this
wearing a
stuff.
little Rachel Burke.
Yeah,
So
you
good.
were too.
Yeah.
Ideal.
So how do you guys know each other? Do you go way, way back or?
Kind of feels like way back now. It's been quite
Yeah,
a few
it has
years.
actually been a while.
Yeah.
A ways back. I think we met at your old shop, Southside.
So
Yeah.
for many years there, I
Yeah.
ran a shop. I was one of the owners and people that ran the shop, Southside Tea Room in Morningside, and it was like a little cafe, and then it was a bar, and there was like art events, art exhibitions and things would happen there. And then Rachel did one of her fantastic like, I don't know, we weren't even using the term pop-up at that stage, but it really was just like you came, you took over the space for the entire night. You were raising money for charity at that stage still.
Yeah,
You were doing like
was.
heaps of like charity dresses and then you came and just took over the space and it was
Yeah. Oh my god, it
super
was so fab though. I
sensational.
was always a big fan of yours because loved the greats and was always like, oh my god, Patience. It was definitely like low key starstruck when I met her.
Wow.
But as soon as I got talking to you, I was just like, oh my gosh, kindred spirit. Love pom poms. Love all these things that I think we have like a mutual affinity for. And blah blah blah. Basically, we've just been pals ever since.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always that moment like when you find that person you vibe with creatively. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like fireworks in the sky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We just continued working together
Yeah.
from that point. It wasn't just like we were like, oh hi, that's great. We just went on to like collaborate on a bunch of costumes, and then from there everything has just been very organic.
We had like a really funny little craft show that we tried.
Oh my god! Yes, that was
We
so
covered like
fun.
one of the
Yeah,
walls in my house in tinsel, and it
Yes.
was like top
Yeah.
to bottom, and made things because
Yeah,
I don't
it was
know.
a bit surreal and wacky.
Yeah, it was a
really.
bit surreal and
Yeah.
wacky, but we got really frustrated at how-tos on YouTube being like so long, and we were like, we could do them really good versions. And
Yeah,
so
and really
tight.
cute and like a bit
Really
wacky.
cute.
Yeah.
But you know,
I don't know. We just do things
did
as
it
we
for a
feel
bit.
them.
Yeah, we did it
yeah.
as we feel it, and then we sort of did Splendor in the Craft.
Yes.
We do that every
Splendor
year.
in the Craft.
Yes, we hosted the craft tent there for
Yeah.
many moons, and
Yeah.
but that was also like a real time of like development because we'd always make
Yeah.
like fun costumes and
Yeah.
outfits, and then have to host the workshops and come up with fun ways to promote it, and it was just such a vibe.
But it was like how we found our way like back to each other because
Yeah.
we'd go off and we'd do all of our own independent stuff.
Yeah.
And then Splendor would come around again. It would be like, are we gonna
God,
are
we're
we gonna
gonna
do
do
the craft tent? And we'll be back together. We'll be friends
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
doing all these things like in each other's pockets. And yeah, we sort of go like we just sort of do. We're like little figures of 8 or
And then
Venn
back together.
diagram.
Yeah,
Make a little
yeah.
We have a
infinity.
little. There's lots
Yeah.
of this, but then there's little bits that cross
Yeah,
over.
we'll be doing again.
It's
Yeah.
a perfect
Yeah.
Yes.
visual picture you just painted. That was
Yeah,
gorgeous.
makes total sense to me.
Yeah. It sounds super smooth, but a lot of the careers in the arts aren't that smooth.
Yeah.
Do you have any like tips or like how you navigated that being a creative through challenging times?
I think a lot of it, I think being really self-motivated is a big tip, and like not waiting for someone to knock on your door with an opportunity. Like Pay said, like, you know, I think we're both pretty self-starty in that sense, and like, yeah, I got started just by hosting my own things and not allowing a gatekeeper to kind of stop me from doing it, just being like, I've got this idea and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to wait for someone to be like, do you want to do this? And then hopefully opportunities will arise from that,
Yeah.
which they
Natural
always
born
do.
hustler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of
absolutely.
hustling.
Like most of the time, it's just us holding ourselves back as artists. You know.
Yeah, and work really, 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 really hard.
Yes,
It usually
yes.
helps
It's
as
a
well.
disappointing amount of work. It's just, I mean, it's atrocious sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's also, if it's good work, then
Yeah.
it's good work.
And it doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
it
work
doesn't
as
feel
well.
like
That's when
work.
you know you're onto something.
That's
when
when
you know you are toiling, but it just feels like fun. Yeah, that's the
But
sign
Brisbane
of something.
has like a really good historic like energy for DIY. Like I feel like that's like Brisbane's always had a really big punk scene, like, and it's just basically we've always been like we can do it ourselves. And we've sort of had to be that way because we haven't had like the sort of charisma and like the big
The
city,
shiny, the culture capital.
capitals
yeah.
of like Sydney and Melbourne. So in Brisbane, we've sort of had this interesting development, like how we've gone creatively, like always sort of often looked upon as being the non-creative city, you know, in Australia, which has sort of meant that we've all done things ourselves. So I know like in the beginning with the Greats, it was the same. It was like there was just a big DIY energy with music where it was like you just do it yourself. You burn your own CDs, you make your own shirts, you book your own tours. Like when I first met John and Alana, who I was in the Greats with, they were always booking their own shows and they were just doing their own things. And that was it. They were just doing it. And I think
I'm
that's...
totally the same.
And you're the same.
Even
It's
with
just
like,
the-
you know, as a designer, like getting
Yeah.
garments produced and that sort of thing, like that's such a huge, overwhelming thing. Like if you were going to, you know, have to lay down heaps of money to get things made, and I'm just like, well, I'll just do it myself. Sure, it might take longer and I'll sell less, but in the long run, it means I get complete autonomy and control over when I do, making things in small Bachelors is obviously great because it gets to mean I work within my own community and stuff like that. Like there's so many benefits to be had to, do it yourself. And then I always like try to avoid having too many gatekeepers in a project where people, that can tell that you can't do things. I mean, when you're running it yourself, sure, maybe the budgets are smaller, but I mean, that autonomy is priceless.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's a lesson you only learn just by going for it.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful lesson just from all this,
Stunning.
Well, talk me through the materials of what you guys are wearing. Because it's amazing. It's just glistening at me.
Well, just some mixed materials. So I've got some tinsel here. It's on a little vintage base, just a little poplin dress. And then this is just some poplin, and we've got some organza, some kind of like lurex organza here.
I love the shoulders.
So, you get a lot of volume.
They're bold,
I do a lot
aren't
of like
they?
just heaps of ruffling, which when kind of like stacked like a cake, you get this nice frosted, very subtle, very chic and minimal piece.
Wow. I didn't understand a word you
So
said. But
That's a really
thank you.
understated.
Yeah.
But both of you are very, very talented, obviously. But talk a bit more about your individual creative parts that you've taken on.
Yeah, Rachel, you've got the blue tick. Hey.
Hey, does
Whoa.
have.
Yeah.
I was in labour, fun fact.
You were in labour?
I was in labour and I was like, oh my God.
What, like mid-push and you're like verified? Just verified this kid too.
I was like truly stoked. Again, just speaking of winding figure eights, I feel like that has very much been my career path. I started off randomly in musical theatre and then realised I was like always like, I'm going to be on Broadway, this is my dream, Les Mis, here it comes. And then very suddenly was like, oh my God, this is not my dream anymore. Like I was, at the end of my first year of uni at VCA, and then was like really shook because that had really defined who I was up until that point. Like I was always the theatre kid, but side by side to that, I'd be making like heaps of costumes, just like full like, I was always the person that they turned to if the costume had dropped out. So that was me. And I was like, okay, this is the only thing I can really think of that I kind of like love as much.
Yeah.
And and the only way I could see to kind of get myself out there was starting a blog, which is what, everyone was doing in 2011, made a dress a day for a year. And then through that, really starting my own thing was like, ended up working as a designer for Princess Polly, got approached by Universal Store, was their senior women's wear designer for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I went out on my own and just do all my own things now.
Wow. Well, we've got the full rundown. And so with those questions out of the way, why don't we play a little game to test your friendship?
That's
Ooh,
right.
yeah.
This is 2 truths and a lie. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, who's going to begin?
Oh God, I actually had to write it down because I'm like Dory. I have no memory.
Okay. Well, I'll go then. I'll go first.
You go first.
Okay. So, in the beginning, I thought that I was talking with Rachel Burke, and it wasn't you, Rachel Burke. It was another Rachel Burke. Okay. And I kept being so amazed. I was like, kept thinking that the Rachel Burke that I was talking to and the Rachel Burke that is you were one and the same, and you weren't. You were two separate people. And so I did speak to a Rachel Burke that wasn't Rachel Burke.
Okay.
That happened at the start before our friendship.
Okay.
Also, I lost my tooth in a fight recently.
Okay.
Wow.
And it's really embarrassing, and I don't want to go into it, but it was with somebody kind of semi-high profile.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ruthless and I'm toothless tonight,
It
everybody.
was Jerry Seinfeld, wasn't it?
Ruthless and toothless. He's not in town. Okay. This is like legit Brisbane royalty we're talking about here.
Okay.
Okay. You know, there's a lot of big Brisbane bands that come from Brisbane. You got to think about which are the ones that might get in a fight with me.
Okay.
And it was a boy.
Okay.
And it was a boy. I'll know.
Are you sure you don't want to get into it?
It was a gentlemanly fellow.
Yeah.
Not so gentlemanly though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd say it was a fair fight. And then there was also that I was a cheerleader in high school.
Okay.
I was like quite a good cheerleader in high school, and that when we were doing the inter-school carnival, my little quadrant of the cheer section that I got given cheered so loud that they couldn't hear the guns.
Huh.
getting shot off.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
find
wow.
out
You told
which
them
one.
so convincingly. At
Which
first I
one
was
do you
like,
think it
which
is?
one?
I have my opinion on that one, but
All right, yeah. I think it's the fight. I don't think you would hit someone.
Yeah, me
no one would hit
too.
you. I'd kill them. I would have heard about this.
all right, what is it?
No, I
What is it?
definitely stressed my tooth out of
Oh
my
my
mouth.
god!
Clenching. Clenching with stress.
Just from pure
Oh,
stress.
wow.
Just from pure stress, but actually, I
Really?
never had my tooth there in the first
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
It just never grew.
Oh my
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
always been missing, and
Yeah.
then but then I got like a
Wanted.
little
So-
fakey
so
girl
what is
in,
the truth,
and then I stressed
though?
her out.
I still don't know.
Well,
No,
so
I
the-
didn't.
so
No,
the
I punched
tooth-
it.
Oh, right.
But I felt like it was a good opportunity to talk about this cheeky
Yeah,
grin.
well, that's the lie. So the other are the truth.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go to
Is that what
Rachel.
it is?
Makes
It's
sense.
just
Yeah.
the truth? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, I'm going to
One
try to tell them
truth,
as
three.
method and convincingly as you. They were so good. Okay,
Super
so
quick.
Okay, I'm going to be so
Okay.
swift. Oh my
Okay,
god.
so
Okay, so okay, so I'm going to look at my paper. I once played the role of a newborn baby in a play as an adult.
I want that.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you know me, I just love putting coriander on all of my food. Yum, yum, yum. And then I once sent a little jacket to Beyonce's daughter. You know?
Fabulous.
Okay, cool.
I already know that you think coriander tastes gross.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew that.
I know that, but I know. And
Okay,
I love
so
that.
which
it's
one?
got
So which
That's
one's
the
the
lie.
lie?
That was a
Oh,
quick
it's the
one.
lies coriander.
That was a quick one. Yeah, you got it so quick. Well done.
You know me.
All right. Thank you so much. And everyone, please give a big welcome, big congratulations to Patience and Rachel.
Oh, just to you guys. Just to everybody. Everybody's right. Everybody's right.
All right, it's that time of the night. Let's make our way to the backyard to see Bria perform her song "Taking It Off" live. What?
Put my neck out just to put your guard down. If we're sneaking around, bide your time, pretend that we're not alone. Like to be forward, then again I'm a tourist. And I know you thought I'd say less, give me everything and more. Baby, the bar's on the floor. Where all the stakes are endless. I know that you don't tell your friends we're sacred, but I don't care when we're taking it off. 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 Keep eye contact, try not to react. It's hard not to fall back in your arms like we were moments before. But I'm competitive, I like when I'm here. I wanna show when you're smiling over me and us and nothing more. Baby, the bar's on the floor. And all the stakes are endless. I know that you don't tell your friends we're sacred, but I don't care when we're taking it off. 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 Ooh. I wanna feel the rush of it, baby. I wanna know the touch of your love, like the back of my hand, baby. Your kiss stings, but it feels so good. I know you hate me, but you love your heart racing, and I like that you're tough and all tall. I know that you don't tell your friends we're sacred, 'cause I saw you got my number saved as an alien. I wonder what you told your mother about us. I kinda liked it on your best and kept secret. Let's lock it up, don't wanna miss a second of it. When the tides are up, will you fight for
energy.
Yeah, what an awesome performance by Bria.
Ah, stunning work, stunning
can't.
work. And what a perfect way to close out the night. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. But don't worry, because we'll be back tomorrow at 6 at another brilliant show.
Make sure to tune in. We have a great lineup that you don't want to miss. But for now, we must say good night.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon on the veranda.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have worked.